So apparently, this is apparently, I guess today's episode was brought to you by Palestine and the Jews, because we've been talking about a lot of things that have to do with the Jewish community. We did the Christopher Lambert story, which screamed because of the whole Israel-Hamas conflict. Now we just talked about Michael Lucas with the Israel-Hamas conflict and him being the full-on genocidal maniac that he is. And now we got Koonye out here apologizing for being a damn anti-Semite. So, according to Variety, the boilerplate nature of the message, which was translated into English, led many fans and detractors alike to wonder whether the message was really written by West or a business associate, or whether or not it might be even some generic chat GPT amalgamation of past celebrity apologies, coming so shortly after the superstar was captured live on camera, sounding the opposite of penitent. So, I could bring it up, but the whole thing is in Hebrew. Y'all can go on his website and look it up on Instagram. But I was sitting there like, so apparently what it was is that Kanye wrote in Hebrew an apology to the Jewish community, and I truly believe that it's bullshit, and I'll tell you why after I read what he wrote. So he says, I sincerely apologize to the Jewish community for any unintended outbursts caused by my words or actions. It was not my intention to hurt or disrespect, and I deeply regret any pain I may have caused. I am committed to starting with myself and learning from this experience to ensure greater sensitivity and understanding in the future. Your forgiveness is important to me, and I am committed to making amends and promoting unity. Well, here's the thing. I'm all for an apology if it's sincere and authentic, and you actually mean it. However, I'm calling bullshit on this goddamn thing, and I'm going to tell you why. To me, he has a new album coming out in January, because it was supposed to come out, I believe, in early January, but I believe that they pushed it to, I was trying to see exactly where it's supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be January 12th. It said that's when it was listed on the iTunes store. It was actually supposed to come out this Friday, but then it got pushed back, from what I heard. Then, he was going through the controversy about Nicki Minaj, where she wouldn't even greenlight the feature, the verse that she did 2 years ago. And she's like, it's already out there. Why would I greenlight a verse where that everybody already heard? First of all, she'll get clowned and be like, so y'all just basically out here using old ass recycled rhymes to put on a record? Like, are you not really paying attention, Kanye, to like what you're putting out there? You're just going, oh, it's a verse that she did a long time ago. Let me just throw it out there and use it because I just want to get a quick buck. So I agree with her for not letting him use it. But then he has a line on his song called Vultures, where he basically says, how am I anti-Semitic? I just fucked a Jewish bitch. And to me, that is the equivalent of a white person who is a racist and said some of my best friends are black. Oh, we're not talking about you. We talking about them niggas over there, but we're not talking about you. Like, that's what that was giving me. So him sitting out here saying he not anti-Semitic, ma'am, you full of shit. And I'm calling cap. So that's what he said with that. And I feel like he's only doing this because he's got a new album coming out. So I don't really feel like this is an insincere apology. If you're really sincere, you would have did this a long time ago. You would have apologized right after you said what you said, but you'd be going on your little tirades, you'd be going on your rants, you'd be trying, and now that the fact that because you said that Jewish people pretty much own everything, they run the world and all this other stuff. I thought girls ran the world, but apparently, according to him, the Jews run the world. Beyonce said the girls run the world, but he out here saying something different. So now we have this whole thing, and then we're at a point now that he's out here with his tail between his legs trying to apologize because he needs to sell records. And from what I've heard is that the album has no distribution. Like, nobody is touching him. So we're in an era where established artists are signing distribution deals, but they're independent, so that way they can get that money. But all they have is a distribution deal with whatever label, whatever, so that way they can get their work out there to a larger audience. But at this point, I think he's just going, I don't know how he's going to be able to make money. Him and Ty Dolla $ign. So this is a joint album. I don't know how they're going to be able to get their money, because if nobody's fucking with you, and my thing is, he's Ty is an idiot. Why would you work with somebody who's polarized? You really think, okay, controversy sells to a degree, but who are the controversial people that's going to buy it? Is it them hardcore, you know, self-hating black people that still will ride or die with Kanye regardless of what he says? Or is it the white people where, because hip hop has pretty much is more consumed by white audiences than black ones? And I'm gonna get into that in a minute with this whole Dr. Umar bullshit that he went on saying on the Joe Budden podcast right after this topic. But so that kind of makes me wonder at the end of the day, is like, what's the intention? To me, I just feel like, I don't know. I don't see people buying Kanye's music or even caring about him. Like, he said that he is a fan of Hitler, that he basically said that it's 60 million of us in America, 60 million Jews in the world. And I'm like, first of all, I don't know who did what kind of math he was doing, but last time I checked, it was over 300 million people that live in the United States. I don't know how many Jewish people, because I'm not out here with a little clock counting, keeping track of every Jewish person walking around in America. But last time I checked, I could have sworn it was over 300 million people that live in the United States, not 60 million. What kind of math are you doing? Like, we got at least 10 million people in New York alone, I would believe. So where the rest of, so what, everywhere else in the part of the United States got like what, a small percentage of people? Like, what kind of math are you doing? Child, this is why some people need to stay in school. But then he named his first album College Dropout. But anyway, so like I said, I'm calling BS on this. Koonye is a damn joke. And my last thing I want to say on this is this: it's funny how you run out here apologizing to the Jewish community, but when you go and apologize to black people for saying slavery is a goddamn choice, I guess we'll be waiting a long time for him to say that, for that apology. Like my girl Maya Angelou once said, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. And I've always believed this man is an egomaniacal, psychotic piece of shit that should be put out the pasture. And like I said, I believe his spirit jumped in that damn coffin with Donda when she died. So that man ain't been to say, yeah, he had an ego to a degree. But to me, it just seemed like he just went unhinged after she died.